All right, we are going to sample body weight strength training program called Starter Kit Unbreakable Body Weight Strength. You're welcome to follow along with me. We're going to be doing 2 sets of 10 reps of everything. If you scroll ahead or try a bit and decide it's a little bit too simple for you, wait a few days because I'll be sharing another version, the next level. It'll be more advanced movements that you can test out with me. All right, let's get started. All right, the first move is a split squat. Nice big split stance on railroad tracks and drive that trailing knee toward the ground or to the ground. Second option, next step would be stepping in and out of that position. As long as you can find your way to a nice 90-degree angle through the knee and drive off strong. Here we go. There's one. Notice I'm staying pretty tall through the upper body. You could lean forward so your head is over your knee and you're still in a nice long, strong, straight back, not rounding your low back. And then I'm driving strong off the floor, pushing off that front heel as I come back up. Add difficulty by raising your arms over your head, but keeping your ribs tucked under or your low back out of hyperextension. So your glutes are getting the work and your low back is happy at the end of the workout. That was 10 on one leg, and then we'll do 10 on the other leg. I'm going to duplicate what I did the first round, which was 5 with my hands on my hips, and then 5 more with my arms overhead. More cameos by the puppy. You could also, if you like the stepping in and out of it challenge, you could put your hand on a wall, just gently touch with 2 fingers to keep a little bit more steady balance. You could also, I did it once a moment ago, tap your feet together before you lift that knee up. Okay, next one is a crab toe touch. You could do it in a seated position, trying again to keep long and straight through your spine and not give into the temptation to round your back to get to your toes. Don't worry about literally touching your toes, just reach. And you'll feel lots of work in your obliques and your core for bracing. Next step up would be to lift your hips up, kick a leg out, and try to reach for that toe or get as close as you can. And then even tougher would be to drive your hips side to side. 7, like that. Whoa. I think I'm off by 2. 7, 8, 9. All right, 10 of those. Nice work. Third movement is a push-up. I'm going to show you an option. If you are not doing push-ups from your toes and working on from your knees primarily, then get an elevated surface and then don't drive your face between your hands, drive your chest between your hands. If you're wearing a bra, you could use that band that goes across your chest as the aim, where you want to aim between your thumbs, or what you want to aim between your thumbs. And I'm adding some tempo. If you like to do that, you can go down for a 3, 2, 1 count. If you are struggling with that and stepping into it every time, go ahead and use a regular tempo instead of a slow descent. From your toes, I want you to touch your chest down first, keep your hips elevated, and don't let your face fall or your forehead fall to the floor. To get out of it, as you can see, I'm using my knees to come back out of it because pushing both ways at that pace, with that pace coming down, is just a little too much for me right now. Really work hard to keep your hips in position and hinge through your toes or your knees rather than letting your hips hinge. You might have to film yourself to notice that you're doing it if you're doing it. So use that tool. On your descent, you should be one rigid piece. We're shooting for 10. If you don't get to 10, it's okay. I think this is my 7th or 8th, and that's all I'm going to do on this round. All right, nice work. That was 8. Okay, back to the top for round 2. I'm going to add another level of difficulty here. You're just adding a little more tempo, so you're driving down and shooting right back up into that knee lift, trying to drive your knee as high as you can. So there's a little more explosive push off the ground. Again, arms overhead are optional. It will keep you from using those arms to help you out of the bottom, which is going to make your glute do and your quad do a little more work. So choose how you use your arms to get in and out of that lunge. You are also, of course, welcome to do a split squat, pardon me, or you can do the original step out without as much dynamic power. We got 5 more. And then we'll be coming down to the crab toe touch for 10 reps. Make your effort to get as much distance as you can out of that kick and the reach, without rounding the low back, or the upper back rather, or the low back. But drive those hips up or kick nice and vigorously, reaching with the opposite arm till you get to 10. And you can add a little difficulty if you like by pausing once you get your arm and your leg out there. And finally, those eccentric push-ups. I'm going for 5, as I've signified. Make sure you're not going to lose any clothes, and then drive that bra strap between your thumbs. Nice work. Keeping the chest off the ground and making it the first thing that contacts the floor. Not your hips, not your thighs, your chest, not your nose either. You're almost there. 2 more reps. And yes, did it. 2 sets. Okay, remember that you can do this anywhere. There is optional equipment, including an object from which to hang, so a pull-up bar or some other thing that you can hang from, and some mini bands. I don't have any with me right now. And that's it, but there's always options to work around those items if you do not have access to them or if you don't want to deal with having equipment. All right.